What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we are in a different venue. We're in the room next to Leon's gym, so it's not really a different venue. But today we are here because we're having a rant.
So you better sit down and get comfy. So social media, in a word, is very beautiful. People get to be creative, they can push their messages out, and generally they can be very inspiring.
And we want to keep it that way, and we feel it's our duty to make sure it stays that way. So we want to rant about a few things today. I'm going to kick it off. Can I kick it off?
Go straight in.
We're going to talk about fitness and food, okay?
Oh.
Let me just jump in and say, if you never eat an avocado in your life, that does not make you unhealthy. There is nothing wrong with beans and toast. And I understand when it's art and people being healthy, but if you have an audience who follow you and they want to look like you, and every single picture you put up is perfectly placed berries or salads or anything really, but it's perfect, people are going to feel like they have to be that way. And the problem I have with that is it can lead to orthorexia, which is an obsession with eating healthy. And that isn't healthy. That's so far from being healthy. And we want people to eat real foods. I don't care if it's avocado, as long as you're being healthy, but understand that you can have foods that aren't typically healthy, but you enjoy. If you're going to the cinema, for example, and I always use this, I'm sorry, but it's a good analogy, and you want to have ice cream, have it. But allow for it. Make sure the majority of your food is good, healthy foods. And if you're going to overeat on calories, burn it off over the next few days, or do more exercise, whatever you want to do. But by abstaining from having that and only having healthy foods, it makes you unhealthy. And that's not a happy or good place to be.
No, and one thing that you may not even realize that you do is that you will really associate, after a while, health and good food with a perfect plate.
If I'm being honest, which I am being honest, the reason there's not many food Instagrams on our Instagram, for example, is because I'm a greedy bastard. And I eat it, and I finish it, and I was like, bugger, I didn't take a picture. And the only time there's pretty food in my life is when I'm at a restaurant.
Nando's, Wagamama's.
There's about 20 steak ramens on our Instagram, because every time I go to Wagamama's, I'm like, oh, that looks pretty. Yeah. And when I make it at home, I mean, oats, chocolate milk and whey protein does not look sexy. Steak and eggs, when I cook it, does not look sexy. Like, nothing I eat looks sexy. Understand that what you see on 99.9% of people's social media is highlights reel.
That's a perfect example.
And similar for us. Like, I want to be a positive influence for people, so I want to put happy stuff on there. But I'm not going to pretend that I'm happy all the time. Last week, for 3 or 4 days, my poor girlfriend, I was a miserable bastard. I was unhappy about stuff, and it was playing on my mind. And that is normal.
And what you'll realise as well is when you were having that time, I put more stories up that day because you're like, I'm not just going to put out my negativity on people. It's a case of you just turn around and it's not always about putting all the happy stuff out and everything like that and avoiding the negative. But you're like, if I haven't got anything to say, I'm not going to pretend and say something.
And there's a lot of people in this day and age that aren't very happy. And if we're only ever putting positive stuff out, does it not potentially put more pressure on people to feel like they have to be that way? And you don't. And this is what you see. It's the same as supporting a favourite football team or being in a cult. And this is what happens on 90% of social media. People copy the next person until we all end up doing the same thing. And suddenly that becomes a done thing. That suddenly becomes healthy. Just because everyone's doing it doesn't mean it's healthy. If you have habits in your life which you do, you enjoy, just because you're not going to the gym, because you're doing yoga and you're climbing mountains, doesn't mean you're unhealthy just because you're not following the crowd. I mean, it's so selective and personal to you.
Yeah. And I look at the fitness industry nowadays and I feel like some of the most unhealthy trends and aesthetic images out in the industry now are what is it all about. I'm almost like, well, nowadays I've got 10 years of experience. I'm pretty well clued up. I know what I'm talking about and I know what I'm doing from a physical, psychological and nutritional standpoint. But sometimes you go to these places and you're like, well, am I more or less valuable because I haven't got 6% body fat and I haven't got 20-inch guns? You know, it's one of those things that it's almost like you have to look a certain way and you have to act a certain way to be classed as healthy and fit. And it's crazy because if we're feeling like that as professionals with all the qualifications and experience we've got, what the hell does it do to Joe Bloggs down the street?
Do you want to know the secret about health and happiness and fitness is, and if any personal trainers out there will agree with me in here, 99% of it is up here. If someone's not ready to get in shape, they're not ready. There's nothing you can do as a trainer. 90% of clients that come to see you who want to be in shape, it's actually because they're unhappy. Yes, they want to be in shape. You can help them be in shape, and that's great. But a lot of the time, as a trainer, you end up being almost an agony aunt. And I'm totally cool with that, but it's your job to get people in a standpoint where they can go and try and be in better shape from a healthy perspective. Not doing it because they feel like they have to look like him or they have to look like her. They're doing it because they want to spend more time with their kids or because they want to look great naked. There's nothing wrong.
I look bloody awesome.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to look awesome. I want to look awesome, and there is a certain amount of vanity, but at the same time, it's something that makes me feel more confident. It makes me feel awesome. There is nothing wrong with looking awesome. Let's not get the lines crossed.
That helps. It helps push that confidence or positivity that you already have. But like you were saying, I think the most important thing to remember is that every single guy, girl, adult, everyone out there right now has a very beautiful body. It moves you. Honestly, some of the science and cool shit that goes on inside your body, you will never appreciate that. And the amount of people that turn around and have come to us over years, why we're on this channel all the time talking to all of you is, it's horrible when we see people and they come and they hate and they pick apart their body because somebody else has got better legs or somebody else has got better this or that or they're in better shape. And we're like, there's people out there, millions of people out there who would kill to have a body like yours or would kill to have a body that works. There's so many beautiful things about what you've got. Yes, you might want to change it and add to it, make it even more awesome, but you're fucking beautiful right now.
I think the key is if you want to change your body, make that your
secondary goal.
Make it your personal, your kind of positive goal, not a goal that is set via insecurities. And that's a hard thing to do, and that's something you're probably going to have to work out for yourself. But one thing that I've done and I would do, and if we're one of those people, then so be it. Next time you're on your Instagram, normally first thing in the morning or last thing at night when your resolve and your kind of motivation's a little bit down and you're flicking through stuff, all your stuff is people that look perfect and it's not...
Well, that ain't going to be us then.
No, and it's not affecting you in a positive manner. It's making you, if you suddenly go, oh, why do I feel shit? Or, oh, I wish I looked like that. I wish I looked like that. And it's not positive for you. Delete them.
Get rid.
Job done. Mic drop.
So with that being said, guys, we hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or anything you want to expand on, we may have just glazed over. We literally just sat down and we're like, you know what? Let's just talk. Let's do it. Let's get it out there.
Honestly, we were going in there and we were doing another video about how to lose fat. And I was like, that's not the problem. That's not what's going on right now. What's the problem is that a shit ton of people are unhappy.
Yeah, and that's what we're on about. So if you've got anything that you want us to expand on or you want to continue the conversation below, drop it below. Anything that you're like, oh God, I wish people didn't do this. Or this is amazing. This person's incredible. They make me feel awesome. This person is so much positivity, adds so much positivity into my life, or this helped me be more happy. Put it below.
Yeah, let's keep it positive in there as well.
Yeah, help each other. As much as we want to help all of you, help each other. And that's what we're trying to create. Our community now, we have to thank every single one of you because you are all freaking awesome. Not a day goes by where we don't talk to people and say how awesome the Lean Machines community is. So thank you. Put your comments below. If you loved the video and you agreed with anything we said, give it a massive thumbs up. We'll be back this time next week. Stephen won't be sitting in the corner sneezing the whole time.
And he farted.
See you soon.